Luma Dream Machine is bringing your memes to life, and this is good. This is good. I know there's another AI thing or whatever, but this is good. I have thrown a couple things at it today, just to try out. The thing that was going around this week on the internet is that a lot of people were using it to animate memes, right? So they took some of the most popular memes, and you can see that
That's funny. I never saw that one.
Yeah, it's doing a really good job.
Oh,
it's like,
wow.
It's not doing those weird things that a lot of them do, where things start turning into aliens and whatnot. It's actually working. It's actually getting proportions and faces and things right. And so, I've been trying some stuff with it. I threw a few photos in this morning, including one of Brodeur, his profile picture. But look at that. Now, my prompt here was that he winks at the camera and gives a thumbs up. They forgot the wink, but look, he's got the right amount of fingers. He's not super distorting.
That's impressive.
It is pretty impressive right there, what it is doing. And I got to say, like, for the first time, it's like, oh, this one is so much better and blah, blah, blah. It's like, right, but this one, I hate that word, game changer. Everybody's going to say it's a game changer, but this is where it's going. Yeah. And I've been working on my grandmother's memorial video, right? And I just took a few photos because you have limited access. So I took a few of the really old photos of like her at my mom and dad's wedding, like in the 70s, and animating it. And it's just my mom and my grandma standing there in the photo, but I gave it no prompt, and it makes the two of them hug.
Aww.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, like my mom is, I don't even know if I want to show my mom. She's going to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like bringing old things to life like that is crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of my grandpa, he died when he was like 96 or something, and he liked technology, and he would get on like Facebook Live all the time. And he would just tell stories. My grandpa was a big storyteller. And he always just loved telling stories. He loved archiving his stories. And he spent a lot of time like recording them to tapes and to digital and stuff like that. So I have this massive like archive of my grandpa's stories. And I would love to take them and just like, put them into like an AI voice thing, and then send it off to all my family and have him say, oh, Matt's my favorite grandson. Out of all 86 of my grandkids, right. Matt's my favorite one. The rest of y'all suck.
That's funny. Yeah, it's nuts. I'm looking at some of these. I got some other ones that are still in the queue right now, so I'm sort of waiting. But, man, like...
I think the more and more AI stuff I'm getting into, the more I'm like kind of blown away by some of the stuff. Like Runway ML and the rotoscoping just freaking killed me. It's like I wish I had thought of that days earlier when I was physically going through and rotoscoping people out.
But again, you still got to charge your client right now for the full roto because you don't know if it's necessarily going to work.
Right, I know.
If it does,
but if you don't quote them anything and they're just like, hey, I need you to do this,
Well, hopefully you've quoted them.
Because I've got a few clients who are just like, hey, I need you to do this. They generally know about what it's going to cost. Mm-hmm. And so, like, if I'm going to spend, it's $15 a month for Runway ML. Like, if I'm going to spend, And
it has a lot of different use cases, too.
It does, yeah. If I spend 15 minutes of my time, it's already paid for itself. If I spend 5 minutes, I can just immediately charge for that.
Right.
I don't know. But I have found that, like, it's not just one tool does it all. It is, you're going to be using multiple tools for multiple things.
Multiple subscriptions.
And lots of subscriptions, and it
Yeah.
kind of sucks, yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm almost at like $100 worth of a month worth of subscriptions of AI stuff, but like they're very useful. Runway ML is great for Roto. Midjourney is great, especially now with creating photorealistic looking people and stuff like that. Like it's insane. It doesn't understand the prompts. Like the other day I was trying to get two people sitting at a conference table on opposite sides, but it kept putting them right next to each other. And it's like, I don't know how to explain to you that I need them to be on opposite sides of the thing. No matter how many times I would rerun it, I'd maybe get one out of every 15 that would do it correctly.
Yeah.
It's like, but then the ones that you get out of Midjourney are just kind of like the skin you can see is just kind of weird and like all this other stuff. But then you take it over to Magnific AI, and Magnific AI adds in all that detail.
All the detail, yeah.
It is insanely cool. Like it's like you can, and it upreses it too. So you've got like a 7K image now from Midjourney with all this extra detail, and then you just Photoshop out the stuff. Like there was this one where the girl was smiling and she was really happy, right? And then I threw into Magnific and she was like, it turned it into like a grimace.
She also had
you just
15
Photoshop
fingers.
out the face, with the original, and it looked good. It looked good,
For stills,
But it's
and
like
it'll get there.
I think what's going to happen is you're going to get like an Adobe or OpenAI or something like that, who is going to be able to incorporate all of these things into one place, and that becomes the new subscription. You know,
for sure, it'll get there. It'll get there. Or I mean, there's going to be some that really excel, and I think probably what will happen too is a lot of these companies are probably positioning themselves this way on purpose to get purchased. It's like once you become really good at like taking a photo and a prompt and turning it into like a legit animation with no errors in it whatsoever or anything, Adobe's gonna be like, hey, can we give you some money?
Honestly, the Runway ML, rotoscoping stuff, it's like that got me 95% of the way there. I'm gonna have to do very little work,
right?
With it, and that's pretty awesome.
And a lot of these services spit out like a alpha, or some of them will give you like a project file.
Yeah, I can 100% see. Like I could see Adobe buying Runway ML just because of that stuff. But like you've got some of these other AI companies who are trying to work in like After Effects plugins and stuff. Like have you Topaz came out with an After Effects plugin, and it's awful in comparison with using the native software. Like it just does not work well, and then you've got some of these other ones. It's just meh. It's just not that great.
Yeah.
It's like when you've got to work within the Adobe system of work, After Effects, that's why Cinema 4D Lite or, Mocha AE for AE exists, because they're these external programs, So
I don't understand why I can't have Mocha and AE open at the same time still.
Yeah, I know.
It's so frustrating. I just need to go back and forth real quick. Why do you make me do this?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I love Mocha.
Mocha's
AE.
great.
Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like once you wrap, I mean it. At the very beginning, it took me a while to wrap my head around, but once you did, it's like, oh, okay, rotoscoping's easy. It's time consuming, but it's easy. It's so much easier to do it in Mocha than it is in After Effects.
Oh, that's for sure.
I wish there was something like C4D Lite. I wish there was something in C4D Lite that made people want to go to it, like Mocha AE does.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, like
but
one of those game changer things
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, I'm not going to use After Effects for this. I'm going to go into that.
Yeah. Does that really sell people on the full version of Mocha though? Because I don't know a lot of people.
I
That
was
use
curious
the full
about
version.
that too. I mean, I like Boris effects, but I don't need to buy it for anything more. Although I'm sure there's amazing stuff.
Yeah, there is. It's just like I don't know. I've never I'm not big enough into Roto to ever go to the full
Mm-hmm.
version of Mocha.
Yeah.
I just need to get some basic tracks done.
Yeah.
You know.
And they just, I think Boris just released the new Silhouette, the new
Yeah.
version of Silhouette that's
Yeah.
supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah.